There is something so deeply comforting about a chocolate cheesecake. It's a dessert that speaks of quiet indulgence, a moment of pure, unadulterated pleasure. But we can elevate this simple joy into something truly spectacular. Imagine, if you will, a cheesecake not just sitting on a plate, but encased, like a precious jewel, within a crisp shell of chocolate. This is not about being overly fussy or complicated. It is about adding a touch of kitchen magic, transforming a familiar friend into a showstopper. It starts, as all good things do, with a solid, dependable, and utterly delicious foundation, the perfect chocolate cookie crumb crust. To begin our journey, we must first create our base. You will need some simple chocolate sandwich cookies, the kind with the creamy white filling. Don't bother scraping out the middle. It adds a certain sweetness and helps everything bind together beautifully. You'll want about 250 grams of these cookies. We also need some unsalted butter, about 75 grams, which we will melt until it is liquid gold. This melted butter is the glue that will hold our crumbly, dark base together, giving it a rich flavor and a satisfyingly firm texture that contrasts so wonderfully with the soft filling to come. The process itself is wonderfully therapeutic. Simply place the chocolate cookies into a food processor and pulse them until they are reduced to fine, dark crumbs like rich, loamy soil. If you don't have a food processor, do not fret. A plastic bag and a rolling pin work just as well, and there is something immensely satisfying about bashing cookies into smithereens. Once you have your crumbs, pour in the warm, melted butter. Pulse it again, just for a moment or two, until the crumbs are evenly moistened and look like damp sand. You will know it's ready when the mixture starts to clump together. Now, we must press this glorious, buttery rubble into our springform tin. I find a 20cm tin is just right for this. Tip the crumbs into the tin and use the back of a spoon or the bottom of a glass to press them down firmly and evenly across the base. You want to create a compact layer. Don't rush this part. A firm, even base is the secret to a cheesecake that holds its shape perfectly. Once you're happy with it, place the tin into the refrigerator to chill and set while we turn our attention to the creamy, velvety heart of our creation. With our crust chilling patiently, it is time to create the filling. This is where the true alchemy happens. We are aiming for a texture that is both rich and light, intensely chocolatey yet melts on the tongue like a dream. For this, you will need good quality dark chocolate, about 200 grams of it, with at least 70% cocoa solids for a truly deep flavor. You will also need full-fat cream cheese, and please do not be tempted by the low-fat varieties here. We need 500 grams of it, at room temperature, to ensure a smooth, lump-free filling. A little caster sugar, about 150 grams, will provide the sweetness. The first step is to melt the chocolate. I find the gentlest way to do this is in a bowl set over a small pan of simmering water. This is a bain-marie. Make sure the bottom of the bowl does not touch the water. Let the chocolate melt slowly, stirring occasionally until it is smooth and glossy. Once it's melted, take it off the heat and let it cool down just a little. You don't want it to be hot when you add it to the cream cheese mixture, as it could cause everything to seize up. Patience, as always, is a key ingredient in the kitchen. Now, in a large bowl, beat the room temperature cream cheese with an electric mixer until it is completely smooth and creamy. There should be no lumps at all. This is why having it at room temperature is so important. Cold cream cheese will resist your attempts to make it smooth. Once it is perfectly soft, slowly add the caster sugar, beating continuously until it has dissolved into the cream cheese. Then, we add 2 large eggs, one at a time, beating well after each addition. Finally, a teaspoon of vanilla extract adds a lovely fragrant note that enhances the chocolate flavor. The final glorious step is to introduce the melted chocolate to the cream cheese mixture. Pour the cooled chocolate in a steady stream into the bowl, with the mixer on a low speed. Continue to beat just until everything is combined and the batter is a uniform, luscious, dark brown color. Be careful not to overmix at this stage. We just want to bring it all together. Pour this thick, velvety batter over your chilled cookie crust in the spring-form tin. Smooth the top with a spatula, and it is ready for its gentle bake in the oven. Baking a cheesecake is a gentle art. We want to cook it slowly to avoid cracks and ensure a creamy center. Preheat your oven to a moderate 160 degrees Celsius or 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Bake the cheesecake for about 45 to 50 minutes. The edges should be set, but the center should still have a slight wobble to it when you gently shake the tin. This little wobble is the sign of a perfectly cooked cheesecake. Turn off the oven, but leave the cheesecake inside with the door slightly ajar. Let it cool down completely in the oven. This slow cooling process is crucial for preventing cracks. Once the cheesecake is at room temperature, you must transfer it to the refrigerator. It needs to chill for at least 6 hours, but overnight is even better. This long cold rest is not just for flavor, it is essential for the structure. A thoroughly chilled cheesecake will be firm enough to handle, allowing us to perform our final act of magic, placing it inside its chocolate shell. Attempting this with a warm or only slightly cool cheesecake would surely end in a delicious but messy disaster. So let it rest and become firm. While the cheesecake is chilling, we can prepare our chocolate mold. You will need a silicone dome mold, one slightly larger than your cheesecake, and of course, more chocolate. Melt about 300 grams of good quality dark or milk chocolate, whichever you prefer, using the same gentle bain-marie method as before. Once it's melted and smooth, use a pastry brush or the back of a spoon to coat the inside of the silicone mold completely. You want a thick, even layer. Place the mold in the freezer for about 10 minutes to set the chocolate quickly. Once the first layer is hard, take the mold out and apply a second coat of melted chocolate. This is important to create a strong shell that won't break when you handle it. Pay special attention to the rim. Let this second layer set completely in the refrigerator this time, not the freezer. Once it is totally firm, your beautiful glossy chocolate shell is ready. The moment has come to unite the cheesecake with its magnificent chocolate casing, a truly exciting step in our culinary adventure. Now for the grand assembly. Carefully remove your cheesecake from its springform tin. It should be firm and cold. Gently place it, crust side up, into the chocolate-lined mold. The cheesecake should fit snugly inside. You may need to gently press and mold it with your hands to fit perfectly into the dome shape. Don't worry if it's not perfect. The beauty of this dessert is in its rustic charm. Once it is settled in, you can place the whole thing back in the refrigerator for a little while, just to make sure everything is firm before the final reveal. When you are ready to serve, place a serving plate on top of the mold. Then with confidence, flip it all over. Carefully and slowly, peel back the silicone mold. As you do, a stunning glossy chocolate dome will be revealed, hiding the creamy cheesecake and its crumbly base within. It is a moment of pure kitchen theater, and one that is sure to bring gasps of delight. The smooth, shiny surface is a blank canvas, just waiting for you to add your own personal creative touch and make it truly your own. The decoration is where you can truly let your imagination run wild. A simple dusting of cocoa powder can look incredibly elegant. Or for a touch of drama, you could create some chocolate curls by running a vegetable peeler down the side of a bar of chocolate at room temperature. Chocolate shards, made by spreading melted chocolate thinly on baking paper and breaking it up once set, add a wonderful architectural element. A gentle drizzle of melted white or milk chocolate over the dark dome creates a beautiful contrast. This molded chocolate cheesecake is more than just dessert, it is an experience. It's a celebration of chocolate in all its glorious forms, crumbly, creamy, and crisp. Don't be afraid to experiment and have fun with it. Every time you make it, you can decorate it differently, so I invite you to step into your kitchen, embrace the joy of creating something beautiful, and share this magnificent treat with people you love. There is no greater pleasure than that.